Okay. We've located the remains of a missing person who was last seen in the southeast community of Forest Lawn in January of 2023. His death is believed to be the result of a homicide. Robert Stanley Mainland, who was known as Bobby or Bubbles, was last seen near 7-Eleven in the 5300 block of 17th Avenue Southeast in early January of 2023. In May of 2024, human remains were found at an undisclosed location outside of Calgary. Due to the state of the remains, it took several months to positively identify Robert. After taking additional steps, we believe that Robert was the victim of foul play and his death is being investigated as a homicide. Robert's family has been without answers for more than 2 years. We are exploring all leads and urging anyone with information to come forward. Even the smallest piece of information and detail can help us solve this case. Anyone with information about Robert's death or the events leading up to his disappearance is asked to contact investigators, and information can also be provided to Crime Stoppers anonymously and may result in a cash reward. And I'll open it up to you folks for any questions.
Yeah, I guess I know you said earlier that you can't disclose where the remains were found. Is there any indication of when we might know that information?
I'll be more than happy to talk about that at the conclusion of the investigation. Yeah.
What did this search look like? I remember back then there was a lot of grid searches around the area and stuff. Can you just talk about maybe the area that was covered and just how extensive the whole search was?
Yeah, early on in the missing person piece of this investigation, there were extensive searches that were done in and around where he was last seen and then outside of the city as well. But beyond that, unfortunately, I can't get into any more specifics, and I apologize to everyone for that, but it all forms part of the investigation, and to protect integrity in court, I can't talk about that.
Obviously, the family's been informed. Can you shed a light on maybe what that conversation was like?
As it pertains to?
His family being informed that his remains were found.
Yeah, of course they're devastated and they're looking for answers. It's been a lengthy time, and I can't imagine how difficult it has been for them to go through first a missing person piece and then to have their loved one located, and for us to believe that it's foul play.
Is there any reason to believe this is connected to another investigation?
Not at this time. It's not our belief that it is.
Can you tell us about the process in identifying the remains?
The process of his identification is left solely up to the Office of the Medical Examiner, and they are the ones that identified who he was.
What sort of challenges were there in the identification for the remains being there so long?
Well, there's always challenges in every missing person investigation, every homicide investigation, and this is no different.
Police to believe that it was a homicide?
Early in the investigation, through our usual investigative steps, we came to recognize that there was a good likelihood that foul play was involved in his disappearance, and we believed that he was likely deceased.
Is there anything else?
Yeah, maybe can you just tell us a little bit more about the victim? Again, I remember when he first went missing, he was pretty well known in the community. Can you just maybe talk us through what CPS knows for sure about this victim?
Yeah, absolutely. He was very well liked within his community in Forest Lawn, and I know the community was shocked with regards to his disappearance. And it's our belief, that there are people within the community that may have direct knowledge of his disappearance, and we would ask that they come forward with that information to help us resolve and bring some closure to the family.
And barring someone coming forward, what does this investigation look like moving forward?
We are continuing to investigate every lead that we have in relation to this, and this will not stop until we find out what happened.
Do you feel this was a random, or was this targeted to him?
Unfortunately, I cannot answer that question for you. Sorry.